If you watch Adult Swim, you should probably know about a show called Orel that was cancelled in December 2008. It was thought to be gone for good, but about a year ago, a revival special called Before Orel was announced. That special has just aired, and I sure hope it is not coming back regularly after this. It was October 19, 2012 at midnight. The opening theme sounded like it normally did when the show was still airing, only it was in G major. The animation was also much better than it was before too. Other than those things, the opening seemed completely the same, until the very end of it. Instead of Orel doing his regular wave at God, he was flipping him off, while in church and in his Sunday clothes. The episode started. It was no longer in G major, but the animation was still quite improved. Orel was asleep in bed, when Shapey and Block woke him up. "Wake up, bitch face," they said creepily in unison. Orel woke up, and heard a loud Orel. That sounded like his dad. "What dad?" Orel asked. "I'm not your dad," the voice that sounded like his dad replied. Orel was mysteriously transported to heaven. "Huh, what's going on?" Orel asked. He saw the voice was God. "Oh, hey God," he said excitedly. "Orel, I think you are old enough to know now. I am not real. There is no such thing as God. So what I've been told all these years is a lie?" "Yes, Orel, I am actually the devil. God unveiled himself to be Satan, and heaven turned into hell." "Oh Jesus," Orel shouted in terror. "Oh, wait, is Jesus not real too?" "Afraid so, Orel," Satan replied. "Also the Ten Commandments, 7 deadly sins and everything else about Christianity and Protestantism is a lie." "Holy shit," Orel exclaimed. It was the first time I have ever heard him swear before. "I have to tell everybody the truth." "No you won't, Orel." Satan grabbed Orel, and began ripping his intestines open. Orel moaned and screamed in agony and pain, and blood and feces were flying everywhere. Satan did this until Orel died, and threw his bloodied shit-covered corpse in the lava. In exactly 666 seconds, Orel was revived from the dead, as a half-boy half-devil. "Kill the poor fuckers," Orel uttered. "I was twitching and shaking all over, wanting to turn it off, but the TV wouldn't shut off or let me change the channel." "That's my boy," Satan exclaimed, and suddenly, Orel vanished. He reappeared in his room. Shapey and Block were still there. Shapey shrieked and Block started to cry upon seeing their older brother. "So long you little bastards," Orel shouted. He tied the 2 boys up and climbed to the top of the church with them. He threw them off, and they splattered against the sidewalk right in front of the church door. Shapey's eyeballs fell out, and Block's skull split open. The people of Moralton were running away from the church screaming in terror. "God damn it," Orel shrieked, and set the area around the church on fire. Townspeople were graphically burning to death and disintegrating. Reverend Putty came out of the front door and shouted, "What in God's name is going on?" He shouted in fright. "Burn in hell, virgin motherfucker." Orel ripped the cross off the top of the church, and threw it at Putty, slicing his head off. Orel came down and took the relevant severed head, and threw it in the flames. "Your sermons were all fucking lies." Orel vanished, reappearing at school in Ms. Sculptham's class. "Settle down, Orel," she exclaimed when she saw him come into class. "You're late." "Not as late as you're going to be, bitch." He burned her to death the same way he did the townspeople. The class cheered for him, but he replied, "Not so fast, little shits," and bombed the whole classroom. There were intestines and other guts everywhere. Then he went into the boys' bathroom at school. Dewey was at the urinal. "Oh, hey Orel," Dewey said, but Orel shoved him into the urinal and pushed him in so hard his face was bloodied. Orel held him in until he drowned in his own urine and blood. "Tired of feeling sorry for you fucking loser." Then, Orel disappeared again, only this time into his house. By this point, I had thrown up all over my couch. Clay and Bloberta Puppington were arguing about what had happened to Shapey and Block. "You never gave a shit about me, you drunken asshole." He had stolen his dad's prize gunny, and shot his father in the heart. His blood was all over the living room. "What has gotten into you, Orel?" His mother screamed in terror. "You lied to me, you filthy skank," Orel retorted, and shot her too. Orel was covered in his parents' blood and organs. He thought he was just about done, when Coach Stop Frame came in. "Hey Clay," Stop Frame said, "I've thought it over. and I feel I would like to apologize, Clay. He watched Clay's arm socket bleed. No, Clay, he started to sob. Take this, you piece of shit, Orel shouted from behind him, and shot him in the back. Stop. Frame fell on Clay's back, and died quickly. Now I'm done with all these motherfuckers, Orel said dementedly. He then stuck the gun in his mouth and shot himself. His brain splattered all over the screen until all you could see was it. Text reading, take that, Adult Swim. You should have never canceled Orel. Appeared on the screen. It then faded to black. Reading, if anyone asks you about the revival special, say it was about Orel's religious nature and the birth of his brother Shapey. If you tell anyone about what really happened in it, Orel's undead ghost will find you and kill you. The TV shut off by itself. I am too scared to turn it back on. I am a teenage boy on the verge of tears, and no doubt scarred for life. I can't tell anyone why I am so paranoid and disturbed, because I will die. Also, everyone will believe the people who watched it. They will deny any of this happening, because they do not want to get brutally murdered by Orel. I really don't know what to do. I guess I'll just check into the mental house or something.